Hey y'all, this is Courtney with Just Nurse Court, and today I am going to do something I have never done before, and I am going to make a balm out of oils that I have been infusing. So I have some herbs in these jars, and about a month ago I ordered some herbs online. I'm wanting to kind of get into herbalism a little bit, and this last year with my gardening I didn't grow many herbs at all. And the few that I did grow were more of the culinary style herbs. And I really have been wanting to try making a balm for like burns, stings, some minor cuts and scrapes. And so I decided to go online and purchase some herbs because I didn't have what I needed. And so I did that. They came about a month ago, and then I put them into this oil. So basically this one here is lavender. So I did the lavender herb and I poured olive oil over it. And this one here is plantain. And the same thing, plantain herbs are in there, and then I poured the olive oil over there. And then they have been infusing in this jar for a month. So you can let them go 4 to 6 weeks, and then the oil will have all of the herbal properties extracted from it. So I did that about a month ago, like I said, and I will kind of insert some clips of me while I was doing the oil into the jar, so you can kind of see that process there. And now today, it is after Christmas, so it's been a whole month, and I need to strain these jars and then get the oil ready for making balm. So I'm just gonna take you along on this process today. It is going to be an adventure. I have never done this before, and I can't say that I know what I'm doing, but we're gonna do it together and we're gonna learn together, and I'm just gonna bring you guys along with. So the very first step that I need to do is to get these oils, get the herbs out of the oils actually. So we are gonna be straining, and I'm gonna have to get my setup and we will get going. Okay, so I think I have my stuff that I need to start straining. So I was reading somewhere that you could use a coffee filter to strain out the herbs. I know you could use like cheesecloth, something like that, but I bought these coffee filters off of Amazon, and I thought, you know what, I think I'll just try it. They seem pretty thin and flimsy, so I'm hoping that the oil will go through. I also am having it sit in this little mesh strainer, but I don't want to get any of the herbs themselves into the jar. I just want the oil. So I have these little jars that I purchased off of Amazon. So whenever you store the oil from the infused herbs, you need to put them in a dark glass amber jar so that it kind of helps protect the oils. So I did purchase these off of Amazon. I also just labeled these right now quick with these. I actually had these sitting under my jar so I would know what was what, but I just threw these on. They're just the little elastic tags, and I will end up making some actual labels for my jars, but for now I just wanted to know which was which so I wouldn't get confused on what we were doing. So this one is the plantain, so we are going to set it over here by the plantain, and then this is the lavender, and so we are just going to jump right in here, guys. So like I said, I can't say that I know what I'm doing, so we're just going to go on an adventure together. Okay, so I am just pouring this in here, and then hopefully my oil will go through the coffee filter. It may take a bit. Yep, there we go. Okay, it's starting to. So this process may take a little bit, so I probably will come back once we are getting oil into our little strainer here. But there, I'll set that kind of out of the way so you can see that we are getting some oil in there. I maybe could have just gone straight for putting it through the strainer, the mesh strainer, but I wanted to see what the coffee filter does. So like I said, this is an adventure. I will probably learn what not to do next time, but we're just going to take it a step at a time. I think what I'm going to do is just take it out of the coffee filter. I've made a decision because I think what's happening is it soaked up some of the oil and I'm losing some of the oil, and I don't want to lose any of the oil. So that's what we're going to do. And Zoe is over to check it out. Okay, but now I definitely have a lot more oil that has come through, so yay. Okay, so we do have pretty much a cup of oil. And I feel like that there are some particles in there. So what I'm gonna do is go get my cheesecloth, and I'm gonna cut a couple pieces off the cheesecloth because I wanna try to get this to be as pure without things in it. And so I'm gonna strain it through the cheesecloth, and then with the plantain, I'll just strain that one directly through the cheesecloth. But I do have about a cup of oil, and it maybe has a slight lavender scent. It's not real strong. So we're gonna strain this again, and we're gonna strain it through the cheesecloth. All right, so I just got this cheesecloth off of Amazon, and I believe it has a finer weave than what I was finding at Walmart. And so we're just going to open it up. And we're just going to cut some off of it because it's one big piece, and I don't need more than, probably I can just cut. Is it one big piece? Oh no, they're, okay, good. Okay, so it's not one big piece, yay. Okay, so what I can do, it was 12 pieces. I am just going to cut these down. Since I don't need I think I can probably use about one per time. We're gonna see here. Okay, try to put this out here so you guys can see it. Yeah, that will be perfect. Okay. Okay. So hopefully I can strain out a few more of these little pieces that kind of went through. Okay, so now this is our lavender oil, and this is our lavender oil bottle. I am just going to funnel this in, and we have about a cup, so that'll be perfect because I think I'll get about a cup from each. Maybe this other one may not have a full cup. It's hard to know for certain. Because there were smaller pieces, so I don't know if it will produce as much oil or if it will have absorbed more. So, but we got about a cup of oil from the lavender. Yay! Okay guys, so I'm just gonna wash all these things up, my funnel, my jars, everything, get that all washed back up, and then we're gonna repeat the process for our plantain oil. All right, so now we are just gonna repeat the process here. And I think I'm just gonna use this smaller one. And so we can set the lavender oil aside, and now we're gonna be working on our plantain oil here. Okay, and now we are going to pour this into our plantain jar. Okay, so we have about a cup of plantain oil and a cup of lavender oil. So awesome. All right, so I'm going to just kind of clean up a little bit here, reset, and then we will start the next step. All right, so I think I have the rest of my supplies gathered, And what I am going to be doing is using 1 ounce of beeswax to a cup of oil. So I will do a 1/2 cup of lavender oil and a 1/2 cup of plantain oil. And then I'm going to be adding in just a little bit of vitamin E oil for preservation. The recipe that I looked at online was recommending that. And then at the very end, once I get all of this melted, so the beeswax melted, the oil's added in, and then I will take that off the heat, and then I will add in the essential oil at the very end. And this will just be able to give it a little bit of a scent. And then I know that lavender oil is great for burns and stings and stuff like that, because I've used it just directly on stuff and it works fantastic. So I want to add in just a little bit of scent, because this oil here does not really smell like anything. So if you didn't want to add any essential oil in, you wouldn't have to, but I'm going to add in just a little bit for some scent. And I know I love lavender, so I'm just going to add it in. And so what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to weigh out. So I bought this little double boiler off of Amazon, and it's got little pour spouts, which will be great for pouring into my little tins. And I bought these tins off of Amazon, and I don't know how many it will make. So I printed off one sticker. I'm calling this Boo Boo Balm. And I printed off one sticker to label it, just so I can see what it was going to look like. And then my plan is to get these jars out, and we will pour them into jars. And I'm just not sure how many of these I will need. I'm hoping that maybe it will make at least 8. So I'm probably going to put like 10 of them out, and we'll see. Yeah, I have 12, so I know I can definitely set these out. But I will do that once I get this stuff melted. So let me measure out my beeswax. And I also order these beeswax pellets off of Amazon as well. So what I'm going to do is turn on my kitchen scale and tear it out. And we want to go to ounces. So there we go. Because I know it's 1 ounce of beeswax pellets to 1 cup. And so I'm just going to do a small batch this time around. Okay, perfect, 1 ounce. This should last me a long time, because that's really not, I'll bring it over to the camera so you guys can see. So it's really not that much of the beeswax, little pellets. So we will next pour out 1/2 cup of plantain oil. That way I should still have some again for another round. And then 1/2 cup of lavender oil. Okay, so this process may take a little bit to get all of this melted. The beeswax is starting to melt now. It's pretty much melted. Got a little bit along the sides and a little bit on the spatula. I think as I add in the oil here and get that heated up, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then this will have to heat all back up. To get the beeswax and the oils infused, because the oils were not hot enough for the wax to stay melted. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and add in my 1/2 of a teaspoon of vitamin E oil at this time too. Just so that that won't affect extract it later and cause it to harden. So we're just waiting for this to melt back all up together. And then we will add the essential oil. And it said about 20 drops, so that's what I'm going to roughly do. Okay, so we are getting pretty much infused. Then we're going to add in our essential oils. Okay, we did about 20 drops. Give that a stir. Okay, I'm going to take it out of the pot. Turn that off, and we're going to bring this over and pour it in. I'm at a slightly different angle, but I'm trying to do this in a hurry yet show you guys what I'm doing. All right, guys, so we just got 5 jars or 5 little containers of balm, which is perfect. I wanted to just do a small amount just to kind of see how it went. Now I know roughly about 1 cup of oil and 1 ounce of beeswax will create about 5 containers. So that kind of gives me an idea. I'm going to make a note of that so that I will know for the future. But we're just going to let this balm set up, and then I will bring you guys back once it does and show you what it looks like once it sets up. So thanks guys for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me make a salve for the very first time, and I will have to update you guys as I use it and hear from my family members to let you guys know if this is something that is definitely helpful for burns and stings and bug bites and all the things, minor cuts and scrapes, and if it is something that my family does actually feel like is helpful and helps their burns and stings, I will have to report back and let you all know. So we'll see you in the next one, friends. Bye.